Hello everyone. Today we will read the second part of our history chapter lesson 8, Civilizing the Native and Educating the Nation. We have already finished the first part of this chapter and today we will read the second part. So our first topic is what happened to the local school. In first part we have read that कि जब ब्रिटिश ईस्ट इंडिया कंपनी जो थी वो इंडिया में आई तो उन्होंने यहाँ पे अपना नया एजुकेशन सिस्टम सेटअप किया एंड दे वांट टू चेंज द एजुकेशन सिस्टम इन इंडिया. दे वांट टू टीच द इंडियंस पीपल अबाउट द ब्रिटिश हिस्ट्री एंड अबाउट द ब्रिटिश लाइफस्टाइल. दे वांट टू टीच देम ब्रिटिश लाइफस्टाइल. But what happened to the local schools then? If they were starting new schools, so what happened to the local schools then? Do you have any idea of how children were taught in pre-British times? मतलब पहले कैसे पढ़ाते थे बच्चों को. जब ब्रिटिशर्स इंडिया में नहीं आए थे तब जो है बच्चों को लोग कैसे पढ़ाते थे. Have you ever wondered whether they went to schools, and if they were schools, what happened to these under British rules? और उन स्कूल्स का अंडर ब्रिटिश रूल्स में क्या हुआ. द रिपोर्ट ऑफ विलियम एडम. In 1830s, William Adam, a Scottish missionary, toured to districts of Bengal and Bihar. He had been asked by the company to report on the progress of education in vernacular school. The report Adam produced is interesting. देखिए, this is the village Pathshala. In this picture you can see that this is a village Pathshala. What is village Pathshala means? जैसे पहले गांव में स्कूल होते थे उसको हम कहते हैं village Pathshala. This is the village Pathshala and student there you can see that there are lots of students reading and you can see that here the teacher, he is teaching to his students. This is the teacher, this is the school. There's not any big building and they are learning here. They are not having any blackboard, any chalk. So विलियम एडम ने क्या रिपोर्ट दी थी हम इसके बारे में पढ़ेंगे. द रिपोर्ट ऑफ विलियम एडम. In 1830s, William Adam, a Scottish missionary, toured to district of Bengal and Bihar. He had been asked by the company to report on the progress of education in vernacular school. और जो उसकी रिपोर्ट थी, एडम फाउंड दैट देयर वाज ओवर 1 लाख पाठशाला इन बंगाल एंड बिहार में 1 लाख पाठशाला उस टाइम चल रही थी जिनको हम स्कूल्स कहते हैं. देयर वर स्मॉल इंस्टीट्यूशन विद नो मोर देन 20 स्टूडेंट्स ईच. But the total number of children being taught in this Pathshala was considered over 20 lakh. These institutions were set up by wealthy people or the local community. At times they were started by the teacher, means teacher को उस टाइम गुरु कहा जाता था, teachers. The system of education was flexible. Few things that you associate with schools today were present in the Pathshala at the time. There were no fixed fees, no printed books, no separate school building and no benches or chair, no blackboard. कुछ भी नहीं होते थे. No system of separate classes, no roll call registers, no annual examination and no regular timetable. In some places, classes were held under a banyan tree. In other places, in the corner of a village or shop or temple, कहीं भी ये classes start कर सकते थे. और at the guru's home. Fee depended on the income of parents. The rich had to pay more than the poor. Teaching was oral and the guru decided what to teach. In accordance with the need of the students were not separated out into different classes. All of them sat together in one place. The guru interacted separately with groups of children with different levels of learning. Adam discovered that this flexible system was suited to local need. For instance, classes were not held during harvest time. Adam discovered that एडम ने जब यहाँ पे आके अपनी प्रैक्टिस करी तो उन्होंने देखा दैट फॉर इंस्टेंस क्लासेस वर नॉट हेल्ड ड्यूरिंग हार्वेस्ट टाइम. व्हेन rural children often worked in the field, the Pathshala started once again when the crops had been cut and stored. This means that even children or peasant family could study. मतलब उन्होंने देखा कि जो क्लासेस के जो रूल्स थे वो काफ़ी फ्लेक्सिबल थे। एंड फॉर इंस्टेंस क्लासेस वर नॉट हेल्ड ड्यूरिंग द हार्वेस्ट टाइम, जब खेती का टाइम होता था उस टाइम क्लासेस नहीं होती थी, ताकि जो पीजेंट्स के जो चिल्ड्रंस होते थे वो भी, इवन चिल्ड्रन ऑफ पीजेंट्स फैमिली कुड स्टडी, वो भी पढ़ सकें। एंड गुरु डिसाइड करता था क्या पढ़ाना है क्या नहीं पढ़ाना है, ना तो कोई ब्लैक बोर्ड, ना चेयर, ना कुछ नहीं होते थे, ना कोई क्लासरूम डिसाइड होते थे। हर एज के बच्चे एक ही जगह में बैठ के अपनी टीचिंग, अपनी स्टडी जो है वो करते थे। सो यू कैन अंडरस्टैंड दैट हाउ वाज द टीचिंग, हाउ वाज द सिस्टम ऑफ टीचिंग इन इंडिया एट दैट टाइम। सो न्यू रूटीन और न्यू रूल्स जो बनाए थे ब्रिटिशर्स ने वो क्या थे। Up to the mid 18th century, the company has concerned primarily with higher education, so it allowed to the local pathshala to function without much interference. After 1854, the company decided to improve the system of vernacular education. It felt that this could be done by introducing order within the system, imposing routine, establishing rule, ensuring regular inspections. तो अब ब्रिटिशर्स ने बोला कि आपको 1854 के बाद उन्होंने डिसाइड किया कि क्लासेस जो हैं वो रेगुलर होनी चाहिए, उसके रूटीन होने चाहिए, उनके इंश्योरिंग रेगुलर इंस्पेक्शंस भी होने चाहिए। हाउ वाज दिस टू बी डन? What measures did the company undertake? It appointed a number of government pandit, each in charge of looking after 4 to 5 schools. The task of the pandit was to visit the pathshalas and try and improve the standard of teaching. Each guru was asked to submit periodic reports and take classes according to a regular timetable. Teaching was now to be based on textbook and learning was to be tested through a system of annual examination. Students were asked to pay a regular fee, attend regular classes, sit on fixed seat and obey a new rules of discipline. Means अब ब्रिटिशर्स ने हर चीज़ चेंज कर दी, बुक्स जो है वो लगेंगी, क्लासेस डिसाइडेड होंगी, फ़ीस जो है वो देनी पड़ेगी, अटेंडेंस जो है वो रेगुलर होनी ज़रूरी है, एक सबकी एक फ़िक्स्ड सीट होगी स्टूडेंट्स की, अपनी अपनी फ़िक्स सीट्स में स्टूडेंट्स बैठेंगे। मतलब अब हर चीज़ सिस्टमेटिक वे में करने के लिए कहा गया था schools को. So you can understand that how the education system in India was changing and what was the role of Britishers in changing this education system. Pathshala which accepted the new rules were supported through government grants, and those who were unwilling to work within the new system received no government support. मीन जो स्कूल ब्रिटिश के सर्स के अकॉर्डिंग चल रहे थे, जो पाठशाला, उनको वो लोग अपने मतलब उनको इकोनॉमिकली हेल्प कर रहे थे, अदरवाइज़ वो उसको कोई भी मनी प्रोवाइड नहीं कर रहे थे ब्रिटिश स्कूल को. ओवर टाइम्स गुरुज हु वांटेड टू रिटेन देयर इंडिपेंडेंस found it difficult to compete with the government aided and regulated पाठशाला. अब जो टीचर्स अपने अकॉर्डेंस के अकॉर्डिंग उस टाइम पढ़ा रहे थे, जो गुरुज, अब उनको इस सब चीज़ें बहुत ही इनकन्वीनियंट लग रही थी, बिल्कुल भी समझ में भी नहीं आ रही थी. रिटेन देयर इंडिपेंडेंस जो उनकी छिन गई थी पूरी तरह से. द न्यू रूल्स एंड रूटीन हैड अनदर कंसिक्वेंसेज इन द अर्लियर सिस्टम. चिल्ड्रन फ्रॉम पुअर पीजेंट्स फैमिली हैड बीन एबल टू गो टू पाठशाला सिंस द टाइम टेबल वॉज फ्लेक्सिबल. And the discipline of the new system demanded regular attendance even during harvest time, when children of poor families had to work in the field. Inability to attend school. ठीक है, बाहर जाओ. Inability to attend school came to be seen as indiscipline, as evidence to the lack of desire to learn. Means अब जो था अब जो नया एजुकेशन सिस्टम आया था उसकी वजह से अब जो है काफ़ी चेंजेस आ रहे थे, एंड जिसकी वजह से जो पहले के जो एजुकेशन सिस्टम था, यानी कि जो पाठशाला थी, यू नो दैट दे रूल्स वर वेरी फ्लेक्सिबल, बट द न्यू रूल्स एंड रूटीन के अलग चीज़ें थी. नए रूल्स जो बने थे उनके अलग कंसिक्वेंसेस थे, बिकॉज इन पाठशाला स्टूडेंट्स कैन continue their study in the harvest time also, because the school because at that time the school was not open, so they can work in their field also. But in the new schools and according to the new rule system demand regular attendance, and even during harvest time when inability to attend school came too soon as indiscipline as evidence of the lack of desire to learn. तो अब जो है, जो पीजेंट्स के जो बच्चे थे उनको एजुकेशन में इंटरेस्ट नहीं रहा, क्योंकि वो हार्वेस्टिंग के टाइम पे नहीं पढ़ पाते, तो ऐसे स्कूल में पढ़ना उनके लिए पॉसिबल नहीं था. द एजेंडा फॉर अ नेशनल एजुकेशन. British officials were not the only people thinking about education in India. From the early 19th century, many thinkers from different parts of India began to talk to the need of a wider spread of education. Impressed with the development in Europe, some Indians feel that Western education would help modernize India. They urged the British to open more schools, colleges, and universities and spend more money on education. You will read about some of these efforts in Chapter 9. There were other Indians, however, who reacted against Western education. Mahatma Gandhi and Rabindranath Tagore were two such individuals. Let us look at what they had to say. Means द एजेंडा ऑफ नेशनल एजुकेशन कई लोगों को बहुत ही इसने अट्रैक्ट किया. फ्रॉम द अर्ली 19th century मैनी थिंकर्स फ्रॉम डिफरेंट पार्ट ऑफ इंडिया बिगेन टू टॉक ऑफ द नीड ऑफ अ वाइडर स्प्रेड ऑफ एजुकेशन. कई सारे लोग चाहते थे कि ब्रिटिश ईस्ट इंडिया कंपनी जो है नए स्कूल्स ओपन करे, और ताकि जो है इंडिया में बच्चे जो है वो एजुकेटेड हो सके. सम इंडियन फील दैट वेस्टर्न एजुकेशन वुड हेल्प मॉडर्नाइज इंडिया. इससे इंडिया मॉडर्नाइज होगा. बट कुछ लोगों ने फिर भी इसको अपोज किया, जिसके बारे में हम चैप्टर 9 में पढ़ेंगे. एंड महात्मा गांधी एंड रविंद्रनाथ टैगोर इनमें से जो मेन पीपल थे जिन्होंने जो ब्रिटिश एजुकेशन सिस्टम को जो है उसको अपोज किया, यानी कि उसके अगेंस्ट कहा. सो इंग्लिश एजुकेशन हैज़ इंस्लेव्ड अस. उन्होंने बोला कि ये एजुकेशन हमको गुलाम बनाना चाहती है. इंग्लिश एजुकेशन हैज़ इंस्लेव्ड अस. महात्मा गांधी आर्ग्यूड दैट colonial education created a sense of inferiority in the mind of Indians. It made them see Western civilization as superior and destroyed the pride they had in their own culture. Means अब अगर हम लोग उन्हीं के बारे में, उन्हीं की हिस्ट्री, उन्हीं की टीचिंग पढ़ेंगे, तो इससे हमारे इंडियन स्टूडेंट्स को क्या फ़ील होगा कि वो लोग हमसे ज़्यादा आगे हैं, वो उनको ज़्यादा डेवलप्ड समझेंगे. एंड एजुकेशन जो है ये उनके मन में एक इन्फेरियोरिटी के कॉम्प्लेक्स क्रिएट करेगा. एंड इट मे सीन्स दैट वेस्टर्न सिविलाइजेशन एज सुपीरियर एंड डिस्ट्रॉय द प्राइड दे हैड इन देयर ओन कल्चर. फिर उन्हें अपने खुद के कल्चर पे कोई प्राइड नहीं रहेगा अगर वो सिर्फ ब्रिटिश कल्चर के बारे में पढ़ेंगे. तो There was poison in this education, said Mahatma Gandhi. It was sinful to enslave Indians. It cast an evil spell on them. Charmed by the West, appreciating everything that came from the West, Indians educated in these institutions began admiring British rules. Mahatma Gandhi wanted an education that could help Indians recover their sense of dignity and self-respect. During the national movement, he argued student order to show to the British that Indians were no longer willing to be enslaved. Now, Mahatma Gandhi was not in favor of British education system. Mahatma Gandhi wanted an education that could help Indians recover their sense of dignity and self-respect. During the national movement, he argued students to leave educational institution in order to show to the British that Indians were no longer willing to be enslaved. Mahatma Gandhi strongly felt that Indian languages ought to be the medium of teaching. मीन्स महात्मा गांधी चाहते थे कि इंडियंस को उन्हीं के लैंग्वेजेस में पढ़ाया जाए. एजुकेशन इन इंग्लिश crippled Indians, distanced them from their own social surrounding and made them stranger in their own land. Speaking a foreign tongue, despising local culture, the English educated did not know how to relate to the masses. Western education, Mahatma Gandhi said, focused on reading and writing rather than oral knowledge. It valued textbook rather than lived experience and practical knowledge. He argued that education ought to develop a person's mind and soul. Literacy, or simply learning to read and writing, by itself did not count as education. People had to work with their hands, learn a craft, and know how different things operated. This could develop their mind and their capacity to understand. In figure 9, you can see that Mahatma Gandhi, along with Kasturba Gandhi, sitting with Rabindranath Tagore and a group of girls at Shantiniketan in 1940. तो ये उनकी पिक्चर है. As nationalist sentiment spread, other thinkers also began thinking of a system of national education which would be radically different from that set up by the British. Tagore's Adobe to Peace. Tagore's के क्या रूल्स थे? टैगोर क्या चाहते थे? In figure 10, a class in progress in Santiniketan in 1930s. Notice the surrounding, the trees and the open space. ये शांतिनिकेतन है. यहाँ पे हम रविंद्रनाथ टैगोर पढ़ाते थे. इसमें you can see that there is a tree and an open space. Tagore's Adobe of Peace. Many of you may heard of Santiniketan. Do you know why it was established and by whom? Rabindranath Tagore started the institution in 1901 as a child. एज अ चाइल्ड मतलब 1901 में इसको उन्होंने इस्टेब्लिश किया. एंड एज अ चाइल्ड टैगोर हेटेड गोइंग टू स्कूल. टैगोर को स्कूल पसंद नहीं था. ही फाउंड इट सफोकेटिंग एंड पोसेसिव. द स्कूल अपेयर्ड लाइक अ प्रिजन. मतलब क्योंकि वो उसको बिल्कुल घुटन भरा बंद रखता था. फॉर ही कुड नेवर डू वट ही फील लाइक डूइंग. सो वाइल अदर चिल्ड्रन लिसनिंग टू द टीचर, टैगोर माइंड वुड वंडर्ड अवे. The experience of his school day in Calcutta shaped Tagore's idea of education on growing up. He wanted to set up a school where the child was happy, where she could be free and creative, where she was able to explore her own thoughts and desire. Tagore felt that childhood ought to be a time of self-learning outside the riding and restricting discipline on the schooling system set up by British teachers had to be imaginative, understood and the child and help the child develop her curiosity. According to Tagore, the existing school killed the natural desire of the child to be creative, her sense of wonder. मतलब टैगोर ऐसे स्कूल चाहते थे जहाँ पे बच्चा जो है अपनी क्रिएटिविटी को बढ़ा सके. मीन्स उनकी जो है लर्निंग की एबिलिटी, सिर्फ उनको पढ़ना और लिखना ही नहीं सिखाना, मीन्स उनके अंदर की क्रिएटिविटी को, उनके अंदर के हुनर को वो निखार सके. इस टाइप की एजुकेशन के बारे में टैगोर जी चाहते थे. Tagore was of the view that creative learning could be encouraged only within a natural environment. So he chose to set up his school 100 km away from Calcutta in a rural setting. He saw it as an abode of peace, Santiniketan, where living in harmony with nature, children could cultivate their natural क्रिएटिविटी. सो टैगोर ने एक ऐसा एजुकेशन सिस्टम बनाना चाहा जो कि बच्चों को फ्री रखे, फ्री माइंड रखे. टैगोर वॉज ऑन द व्यू दैट क्रिएटिव लर्निंग कुड बी एनकरेज्ड ओनली विद इन अ नेचुरल एनवायरनमेंट. सो ही चूज टू सेट अप हिज स्कूल 100 किलोमीटर अवे फ्रॉम कलकत्ता इन अ रूरल सेटिंग. ही सॉ इट एज एन अडोब ऑफ पीस, शांतिनिकेतन, where living in harmony with the nature, children could cultivate their natural creativity. In many senses, Tagore and Mahatma Gandhi thought about education in similar way. There were, however, differences too. Gandhiji was highly critical on Western civilization and its worship of machines and technology. गांधी जी इन टेक्नोलॉजी और मशीन्स के फेवर में नहीं थे, वेस्टर्न सिविलाइजेशन के भी अगेंस्ट थे. टैगोर वांटेड टू कंबाइन एलिमेंट ऑफ मॉडर्न वेस्टर्न सिविलाइजेशन विद व्हाट ही सॉ एज द बेस्ट विद इंडियन ट्रेडिशन. ही emphasized the need of teach science and technology and at Santiniketan along with art, music and dance. But महात्मा गांधी उसके अपोजिट थे, लेकिन टैगोर जो है उसके फेवर में भी थे. दोनों चीज़ों को मिक्स चाहते थे. वो साइंस भी पढ़ाना चाहते थे, टेक्नोलॉजी भी, उसके साथ में आर्ट, म्यूज़िक एंड डांस भी. Many individuals and thinkers were thus thinking about the way a national educational system could be fashioned. Some wanted change within the system set up by British and felt that the system could be extended so as to include wider sections of people. Others urged that alternative system be created so that people were educated into a culture that was truly national. Who was to define what was truly national, and debate about what this national education ought to be continued till after independence. In figure 11, children playing in a missionary school in Coimbatore, early 20th century. By the mid 19th century, school for girls were being set up by Christian missionaries and Indian Reform Organization. This was a school of girls, and this was a missionary school. So we have completed our chapter.